What up, YouTube? Asian Persuasion here, and I'm back with another video for you guys. Today is the first time I got to play one of my favorite decks of all time at my locals today, and I got first place playing Dark World with a brand new structure deck. It just came out, and yeah, the deck super fun. It's a very degenerate deck. It plays with itself a lot. It doesn't interact with your opponent too much turn one, but the deck is fun. It does have pretty tough time going second, not gonna lie, but the deck is super fun, and you win die rolls, you can win a lot of games. So yeah, I lose just as bad as if I go first against them and if they go second against me. So same thing. Welcome to a die roll format. So let's go ahead and just jump into the deck profile. Yeah, Dark Worlds 2022, got first place on my locals today playing the brand new structure deck, pretty much. So first cards first, we got the new Rainbow Overlord of the Dark World. So this guy's kind of like a mini Grapha if you don't know what he does, but you can't bounce a level 7 or higher. It has to be level 7 or lower, so you can't bounce Grapha or himself. And also, if he's discarded, you search a level 5 or higher Dark World monster, and this one also has another effect that if it's discarded by your opponent's card effect, you would special summon a Dark World level 4 or lower, I believe, from your hand or deck or graveyard to the field. So this card's insane. It's level 8 too. So level 8 dark, pretty big beat stick under gates, 3,300 attack points when you have gates. Next up we have the OG Grapha Dragon of the Lord of Dark World. So this card bounces any Dark World to your hand when it's in the graveyard to summon itself. And under Dweller, just know both of these cards work under Dweller. I got Dweller today. And both of these cards are summoning conditions. They don't activate under Abyss Dweller. So yeah, this card's amazing. So when this card's popped, it helps you break boards because if it's discarded by a card effect, you can pop a card on your opponent's side of the field and target a card on their side of the field and pop it. And if they would discard this with their card effect, you get the effect where you get to, I believe you look at their hand, if they have a monster, you can special summon that to your field. So card's cracked. Gets you free information, and it's level 8. So the reason why the deck is actually really good is because the Silva hand loop. If you guys don't know this combo, it's not really a combo because there's a lot of RNG involved, but basically you Silva loop them twice, and then you're basically gonna win the duel because they lose 4 cards turn 1. They go on the bottom of the deck, so you don't trigger Tears, you don't trigger Dark Rolls. So this in a mirror match against Tears, the card's amazing. So when it's discarded, it just special summons itself, and none of these cards are once per turn, by the way. Yeah, weird. Snow Unlight of the Dark World. So this card is basically your Stratos. It searches any Dark World card when it's discarded. And then if it's discarded by your opponent's card effect, I believe it's just, what's it do? I forget. This one never comes up. You get to reborn a monster in your opponent's grave. Yeah. I think that's what it does. Yeah. Yeah, any summon in defense. Okay, yeah, it's pretty good. Basically, though, this is a card that helps you facilitate your combos and get your missing pieces. Next up, we got 3 Brow. This is the draw when it's discarded. And then if your opponent makes you discard, you draw 2. So, yeah. Self-explanatory. Those are the old ones. So, this one right here is pretty much one of the most busted ones in the structure deck. Genta, Gateman of the Dark World. This card is cracked. So, not a once per turn to discard itself to search gates of the Dark World, but it has a once per turn effect to special summon when it gets banished if you control a face of Dark World monster or Dark World card on the field. So basically, you just get gates. You discard this to get gates, activate gates, banish this to discard a fiend, draw a card, and then a resolution you trigger this as special summon because you have Dark World the gates. So yeah, this card's cracked. Level 4 lets you span the board for free. Pretty insane. And the reason why the Silva Loop is amazing is because of this card and the new fusion monster. But this card's the old school card that lets you, when it gets special discarded by a Dark World card effect, you can special to your opponent's side of the field, and since it's on their field, it says this card forces me to discard, so then that would make me discard Silva, and since it was on their field, I get to proc the Silva, make you take out 2 cards out of your hand to the bottom of your deck. So that card's important, and I'm testing out one Paro. I don't know if I like it or not. I low-key want to probably change that to Zephyros, but yeah, this wasn't bad for the it's a reborn when it's discarded, so it's pretty good. I don't hate it. It was okay. It was subpar. And the reason why my deck is crazy going first is because I play Danger, so 3 Nessie. This card is just the best Danger, obviously. I don't have to explain that. Then we play the 1 of Such, because you can only play 1. And the 1 of Jackalope, because you can only play 1. Yeah, those I don't even have to explain those. So this is where it kind of gets weird. So we play more dangers. So we play 2 Bigfoot, 1 Thunderbird, and 1 Ogopogo. So when you see my extra deck, you should know why I play it. But I don't have that card, so I'm still looking for it. So I'll tell you the one change I would make in my deck, because I was missing a card. So I made the deck even though I couldn't get it before locals to make that card, but we didn't have it. So all those cards are good, all dangers. And then the Mothman and the Chupacabra. Fun fact, that's a fiend. You can banish that off of gates. Pretty cool place. Yeah, level 4s as well. So next up, we have the last monster in my deck, which is this Catalyzer. This card is crack. If you guys don't know what this card does, you reveal this card and a fiend monster in your hand. It's basically a guaranteed danger. Then you discard one of them and you special summon a fiend. So basically, you just trigger your dark roll for free, summon the free body, and then it also has a really actually good effect to where if it's in the graveyard and your fiend monster battles, you can just trigger this in the graveyard to bounce it back to your hand. Crack. This card's crazy. It's basically a dark roll danger card, low key. I might honestly want to play more to see it more, but 1 was fine. I actually like this card. It's pretty good. And that rounds out the monsters. For the spells, we play the best one. Don't play less than 3. This card's insane. This helps you just keep going, facilitating your combos. Helps you unbreak. Helps you just keep digging. And the boost is super relevant. All fiends gain 300 attack and defense. Yeah. Not once per turn. Crazy. Once per turn per copy. So yeah, this is a new card, Accession. So this card helps you fusion summon. Since it's quick play, you can fusion summon on your opponent's turn after you fusion summon on your turn by getting this back from your graveyard, because it also does that as well. But if you use a Dark World as your fusion fiend material, you can discard the materials from your hand, so it triggers all your Dark Worlds. It's insane. This card's crack. You can't play 3 because it's too bricky. You can't just play 1 because you don't see it enough. 2 is perfect. I liked it. And the 1 library, which is called Archives in TCG. This is actually a pretty good card too, because it helps you proc your Dark Worlds without making them discard cards like Dark World Dealings. So this card's infinitely better. Think 2 is too cloggy, 3 is way too much. I think 1's fine. You can search it off of snow. It's a really good card. And then we're playing the old school triple Allure of Darkness, because you guys already know I love this card. Helps you dig. It's a combo deck. It's a turbo combo deck. You're trying to get to your cards and go farther through your deck, so amazing. And then, of course, the God card, Card Destruction. So I did play a tier against tier today. Obviously, you have to be very careful with this card. You have to either know that you're in a good position, or you can make Dweller or Appaloosa before you Card Destruction. So because this card will lose you the duel as much as it would win you the duel. But sometimes you just have to say fuck it and activate Card Destruction. So yeah, extra deck. We'll just go ahead and go through the extra deck first. The new boss monster. This takes a Grapha, the OG Grapha. It takes this old Grapha and then a dark monster. Super generic, super easy to make. And there's an Omni Negate for a monster effect or a normal spell or a normal trap card. And you change its effect to where your opponent's card will say you discard a card. So you get to proc any of your Dark World's second effects because your opponent made you discard a card. And then if this is a destroyed fusion summon card is destroyed by a battle or card effect sent to the graveyard, you can special summon the Grapha from your banished grave, and then if each player has a hand, you have to discard a card. So this card gets back the Grapha if you banish it off of the Miracle Fusion play. So you only need 2. It's amazing, and it's huge. It turns into 35 under gates. So yeah, card's crack. This is literal Pot of Greed in this deck. Weird. Draw 2, discard 1, trigger your Dark World. I don't have to say anything else about that. Welcome to the format. Abyss Dweller. Hurts your mirror match. Hurts the Shizu tier. Yeah, you need that card. Baguska helps you break boards. It's really cool to like link summon into this. Negate their whole board. And then you can start playing with your link monsters. Because this deck just swarms the board like crazy. So this is where the card should be. This should be that Coach Giant Trainer. Coach King Giant Trainer. The thrice per turn detached. Draw a card, reveal, and if you reveal a monster, you burn it for 800. But Dingersu did win me a game. It's kind of cool, but this definitely should be the Coach Trainer. So, note that. I didn't get it in time, so unfortunate. But I still had my deck geared to it. That's why you see all the Danger level 8s. IP Masquerena, just generic Link 2 fodder. This card is insane in this deck, Muckracker. It's a reborn that triggers your Dark Worlds, and it also has a protection effect where you can like tribute a fiend to protect the monster that's trying to get destroyed by battle or card effect. I think it's a battle card effect. Yeah, battle card fate, you just tribute a fiend. So this card's like semi-protection, but you are locked in the fiend monsters the rest of the turn after you use that effect, so just be wary, but a lot of our cards are fiends, so we don't gotta worry. Here is where the loop stuff gets crazy. We play Security Dragon and Akashic Magician, so you get to play with your Ceruli and your Silvas, and you start bouncing them with these cards, and then you can facilitate the combo and do it again. So you play these cards to make sure you can bounce the Ceruli and your Silva back to your hand, and discard off a Dark World monster, and then a Dark World card, and then trigger the Ceruli Silva play again, and they lose 4 cards. And then, yeah, that's basically all you need to know with those cards. Phoenix for going second, because this deck actually has a hard time going second, so this helps deal with the Floodgate. Unicorn, same thing. It's a fiend, helps you deal with the Floodgate. Same with the Phoenix, it's a fiend. It gets a boost off of gates, it's crazy. And then for Link 4, we got Appaloosa. This helps you just clear your board, have a monster negates while you loop their hand. And then Saryuja, this card, yeah, I don't know why this card's still in this game. You draw 4, put 3 on the bottom, start special summoning 2s from your hand, keep special summoning, yeah, the card's cracked. And the Underworld Goddess, which is also a fiend, really cool, helps break boards. Yeah, you swarm the board a lot in this deck. So this is just one of those cards that you just need to out their boards. And for that rounds up the extra deck. And then for the side deck, it could use some more work. I liked it though for what it did for me this tournament, so it's good. So I like the side in gold going second. It pops 2 cards. It does the same thing as Silva, but this pops 2 cards instead of return 2 cards from their hand to the bottom of their deck. So this card just clears boards. It's really good. The one Dark World Puppetry, this is like a DD Crow. Helps you in the cheer matchup here. Helped you in the mirror match. Has recursion by banishing it to add a banish, I believe a banished Dark World to your hand. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. This card's cracked. It's a searchable DD Crow. It's pretty nice. It's a brand new structure deck card. For back row hate, we got the Duster, obviously. We got 2 Twin Twisters because this triggers all your not your Dark Worlds, but your dangers. So you can discard dangers and trigger your dangers off of Twin Twisters. We need to stop Dwellers, so we side 3 Droplets going second to make sure we have an answer for Dweller or we lose. We don't necessarily lose. If you get Grapple or Rainbow in the grave, you can still summon those and beat over everything. So it just makes it pretty inconvenient. I'm not sure about this card. I just like it's okay. Dark Rulers can break your help break the board. You want OTK in that turn, obviously, but your monsters are just bigger than everybody else's, so this card ain't that bad. Next up, we got the 2 Eradicator. This just helps you in those games where they're sitting on floodgates or something. Low key, you just keep waiting till you can draw into your Eradicator. Simplify the game state and win the duel. Eradicator is really good. And then for more floodgates, because no one would you expect to side in floodgates. We're playing 3 skill drain in the side. This is a really good card. My dudes are just gigantic. I don't need their effects to win. And this card's skill drain. Skill drain, skill drain. Good luck playing against floodgates and big monsters. It's just really inconvenient for Yu-Gi-Oh! So yeah, that is the deck of the new structure deck involved in the TCG deck right here. So yeah, this card's crazy. I love this card. This card's nice. He's just unnecessarily too big. 3,200. And yeah. So yeah, that rounds out the tournament for me. I got first place at my locals today. First tournament I could play in with this deck. Got first place, and yeah, played against some tiers. It's a very hard matchup with them having a Shizu cards and Bestial cards, but the deck does so much. There's so many things they have to have at the right time. If they don't have it at the right time, your deck is just, it can play through all that stuff. But yeah, it's pretty fun. Let me know. Try it down below. And let me know in the comments below if you guys like this deck. Any suggestions you guys would make changes. This is not the final build. I'm actually still kind of tweaking it. I kind of want to play Zephyros. Yeah, Zephyros the Elite maybe. Maybe play Exciton Knight in the extra deck. I don't know. There's a lot of things that this deck can do. But let me know in the comments suggestions, guys. And then, yeah, we'll keep trying to make this deck as good as it can be. Going first is the nuts in this deck. So yeah, shout out to going first. Weird, that rules. And yeah, we're gonna sign out with that. Peace.